Donald Trump is estimated to have gotten his hands on about $7 billion in U.S. taxpayer extorted wealth, and that number will continue to grow exponentially over the next 3 years and beyond. Number 7 on the top 10 worst things that billionaires have done this year. And again, these are in no particular order.
Let's give it a quick drop and split the orange clean in half.
Number 7. Donald Trump and his merry cabinet of MAGA billionaires. It has taken the United States almost 250 years to be $37 trillion in debt. Donald Trump alone is responsible for 1/3 of that $37 trillion debt. All the other presidents combined are responsible for $2.5 trillion of the debt. Donald Trump alone is responsible for $12.5 trillion of the debt. This year alone, Donald Trump increased the U.S. national debt by $2.3 trillion. Meet the Trump administration's 12 billionaires. At a combined net worth of about $741 billion, it's the wealthiest White House in modern history. The world's richest man, the owner of the Houston Rockets, the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. These are just some of the 12 billionaires, not including Donald Trump, who have held roles in the U.S. administration this year. In total, they're worth about $740 billion. While previous administrations have included the ultra-rich, the wealth held by this group is larger even than the first Trump administration, which was previously the wealthiest administration in U.S. history. Excluding Elon Musk, who poured more than $294 million into contributions boosting Trump and other Republicans in the 2024 elections, the billionaires in the Trump administration, along with their spouses, gave more than $52 million to Trump, pro-Trump PACs, and the Republican National Committee in the 2024 election alone. Who are the 12 billionaires? 1. Elon Musk, whose, estimated net worth is around $685 billion. Donald Trump, the grifter-in-chief, estimated net worth $7 billion. Howard Lutnick, the Secretary of Commerce, estimated net worth is $2 billion. Linda McMahon, the Secretary of Education, estimated net worth is $3.2 billion. Steve Witkoff, the Special Envoy to the Middle East, is estimated to be worth $2 billion. Steve Feinberg, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, is estimated to be worth $5 billion. Joe Gebbia, Chief Design Officer, is estimated to be worth $8 billion. Mindy Hildebrand, the U.S. Ambassador to Costa Rica, is estimated to be worth $12 billion. Warren Stevens, the U.S. Ambassador to the U.K., is estimated to be worth $3.4 billion. Kelly Loeffler, along with husband Jeff Sprecher, is estimated to be worth $1.3 billion. Tillman Fertitta, the U.S. Ambassador to Italy, is estimated to be worth $10.7 billion. Jared Isaacman, NASA Administrator, is estimated to be worth $1.3 billion. This is a rhetorical question only, but whose interest do you think these billionaires are looking out for? We the people on the bottom, or the 1% at the top? Just a rhetorical question. During his first presidency, from 2017 to 2021, Donald Trump admitted to making over $1.6 billion in outside revenue and income. In his second presidency, starting this year, estimates suggest that he and his family have already made about $3.4 billion. The actual figure, of course, is likely to be much higher. Here is just one example of the Trump crime family grift. As part of a $1.4 billion total project in a push for critical mineral supply chains, Donald Trump Jr.'s startup has been awarded a $620 million loan from the Pentagon. This funding is the largest ever from the Pentagon's Office of Strategic Capital. Questions have been raised about potential conflicts of interest, though spokespeople for Donald Trump Jr. deny any political influence in brokering the $620 million deal. Rhetorical question. This is a loan from the Pentagon. A $620 million loan. That's $620 million in taxpayer money in the form of a loan from the Pentagon. Rhetorical question, what are the chances this $620 million loan is going to be repaid? No, just a rhetorical question. To date, Donald Trump is estimated to have gotten his hands on about $7 billion in U.S. taxpayer extorted wealth, and that number will continue to grow exponentially over the next 3 years and beyond. In closing, just as an example, on October 31st, just for funsies, Donald Trump hosted a Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party at his Mar-a-Lago estate just hours before 42 million Americans, about 1 in 8 people living in the U.S., were set to lose their SNAP food assistance government benefits amid Donald Trump's government shutdown. The Great Gatsby-themed party featured guests in 1920s attire and is rumored to have cost only about $3.4 million. One single party for $3.4 million, while literally 42 million Americans, 1 in 8 Americans, are literally starving.
Let's give it a quick drop and split the orange clean in half.
We at Billionaires News Now welcome your comments regarding the billionaires who are missing from this list. We invite your suggestions for the billionaires who should have been included here, or who should be sent to the guillotine, or the mouth of the active volcano, or the Vermette Arena to fight to the finish. In these trying, unequal times where the world's richest 10% holds about 50% of the world's wealth, while we, the regular people in the bottom 50%, hold only around 8% of the world's wealth, Billionaires News Now is here for you. From the BNN News Desk to you, we wish you the merriest of holidays, whatever holiday you may celebrate. May the lumps of coal we the people have been given keep you and yours warm and safe and fed and happy. And remember, Ebenezer Scrooge paid Bob Cratchit 15 shillings a week, which, when adjusted for inflation, is estimated to be around £600 per week, or approximately $32,000 a year. Meanwhile, a person in the United States earning the minimum wage of $7.25 per hour and working full-time, assuming they're working full-time, makes approximately $15,000 a year before taxes. This amount is below the official federal poverty level for a single-person household, which is set to $15,650. Bear in mind, the FPL, federal poverty level, was established in the 1960s and has not since been adjusted for inflation. And remember, since 1978, the cost of living has risen about 400%. Maybe we, the people, should stop asking the sleeping baby Jesus to take the wheel, because God ain't got nothing to do with this mess. God bless.
Let's give it a quick drop and split the orange clean in half.
I'd like to thank you for listening, and if you like what you have seen and heard, please consider following or subscribing or checking out the book itself.
Let's give it a quick drop and split the orange clean in half.
So in this first chapter, which is doing, again, so much heavy lifting, is trying to give you the context, is trying to bring you into this world where everything is a little bit backwards from our current world. It's hopefully giving you the context that you need if you haven't read the rules and regulations, if you haven't visited the website. Even if you don't understand, hopefully this opening chapter is at least tickling something in your brain and making you go, that's interesting. And then if you have read the rules and regulations, then this will make perfect sense to you. Like, oh yes, I see what they're doing. And then, Lev has these final lines where he looks at everyone in the boardroom and says, this is not just about the company, and this is not just about me. This affects each and every one of you too. We either solve this problem, or our next meeting will be all of us together on the floor of Vermette Arena. And there, I'll be poking your eyes out for real. So that's calling back, if you think about Naked Eye. So that's calling back to Naked Eye. And then what is this Vermette Arena? For those of you who've read the big rules and regulations, you know what the Vermette Arena is, and you're pumped. But if you don't know, if you're reading this cold, you're thinking, why would their next meeting be together on the floor of Vermette Arena? And there he'll be poking their eyes out for real? Hopefully that's got you a little excited. So that's the opening chapter of My Billionaires Games by J.L. Gould, Level 1. And I should also note that the entire book, all the primary chapters are going to go up on Reddit, and then the Apocrypha is only going to be available in the book form because the Apocrypha would be spoilery. I'd like to thank you for listening, and if you like what you have seen and heard, please consider following or subscribing or checking out the book itself. Thank you very much for your time. In the name of fairness, please be well.